Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Awakening to Your Soul Self podcast. I'm Cristina Loureiro, your host, and I'm a certified angel messenger. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about oneness, which is God's energy, and how it's a crucial part to your spiritual awakening. We're going to talk about what it is, how to get in it, what angels are helping you get into oneness, and much more. Stay tuned. Everyone arrives at their spiritual awakening at different paths at different points in their life. I believe that everyone's spiritual awakening is within divine timing of their divine path in this lifetime. Have you ever wondered, why did I spiritual awaken now? Certain things had to happen in your life in order to get here. Have you ever heard of the term spirit will shaken you to awaken you? Sometimes something needs to occur in order to get spiritually awoke. For me, I've always, like I said in the last episode, I've kind of always been spiritual, always kind of felt energy, but never ever did I think that I could actually communicate with the other side. I always dreamed about doing that work and admired Teresa Caputo and some of the other mediums that are on TV. And there were some times where I said, I wish I had that. But at the same time, I didn't. Egoic mind situation, which is your human brain trying to fool you and not letting you get into your intuition and into your gifts. So I'm curious to know how you spiritually woke and what occurred to your spiritual awakening. During your spiritual awakening journey, you're starting to go back to your soul self. Each one of us have our, is a soul self. We've come from God. Even a part of us is on the other side. It's called our higher self. And that's on the other side as well, which I find super fascinating. We'll talk about that in a different podcast episode. So, talking about the beginnings of our spiritual awakening, a light bulb moment kind of happens where we're more curious about spirituality, God, higher power, all that is. You can call God however resonates to you. It resonates with me as God, but you can call it whatever resonates with you. So, talking about God, all that is, universe, source, let's talk about oneness. Have you heard of oneness before? Many different call it different things. For example, Eckhart Tolle calls it the now. Some people call it higher vibration, enlightenment. For me, I call it oneness as I went through Julie Jantz's course. That just is what stuck with me. So that's what I'm going to call it during this podcast. Oneness is God's energy. And each one of our souls is made up of God's energy. So as you're listening to the podcast right now, you are made up of God's energy. How fascinating and cool is that? Growing up Catholic, I always believed that, we were part of God and things like that, but it never really, we're God's children. It never really clicked until my spiritual awakening that we really are God's energy. So with that being said, that we're all made up of God's energy, you can live every single day in God's energy. You begin your awakening process. You start to realize things click a little bit different. For me, I was more aware of myself, my thoughts, people around me, the energies around me, and even spirituality in general. When I started my spiritual awakening, I started to learn to do meditations a little bit more. I always was interested, but never could shut off my thoughts, my brain. But doing the oneness meditation, which I will do at the end of the podcast, something clicked for me that I could really do meditations and learn to shut off the egoic mind, which is our human brain, our monkey brain, subconscious mind, a little bit more easily than I did in the past. Learning to hold the oneness energy, God's energy, is super crucial to your awakening. It's crucial to your development as a spiritual person, as a spiritual healer, if that's what you want to do in the future. For me, I didn't know that I wanted to be a spiritual healer, but I wanted to do it for myself first. And then I learned that I wanted to do this for others, and to share my knowledge with others. What I've learned from courses that I've taken, from spirit, which brings me to this podcast. So, as always, when you do any kind of meditation, do not drive, do not operate any kind of machinery. You want to be in a safe space because realistically, you're not in your body. For me, whenever I get into oneness or any kind of meditation, I go to my home on the other side and I just sit with my angels, with God, my loved ones. And they talk to me, they show me visions. And I think that's why it's very important to do meditations when you're in a safe space. Okay, you might be asking, like, yes, oneness is God's energy. Why is it so important? Oneness is what creates the connection between us and the other side. It creates a connection with God, your angels, and your loved ones. Your soul self is always connected to God. Like I said, your higher self is always on the other side. So your soul self, you are always connected to the other side. I also reference the other side as heaven. So if the other side doesn't resonate with you, you can use heaven as the word. I also want to point out that God gave us the gift of free will. So if something does not resonate, you have the choice not to do it. And I think that's really powerful. And I wanted just to put that tidbit in here on the podcast. So if you're ever, for example, if you're ever with a healer and they said something that doesn't resonate, you have the free will not to resonate with it, and you don't have to take action on that. When I was first holding oneness, I couldn't hold it for very, very long at all. I would do the oneness meditation. I would feel great. I would feel the yummy energy, the yummy tingly energy of God's energy. And then when I ended the meditation, I probably could hold it for like 30 seconds to maybe a minute. And then my egoic mind, my subconscious mind would come back and start to make a to-do list for me. Basically, like, you have to do this and you have to do that. Or just think of random things that needs to be done. My egoic mind also liked to play tricks on me where it would say, you can't hold oneness after the oneness meditation. You're only in oneness in that meditation, period. And I started to believe that for quite a while. I would be like, okay, I'm only in oneness during this meditation. The angels say that's not true. Or the first time I felt the meditation, I couldn't feel that yummy tingly energy that people were talking about. And you go and say, see, you're not that spiritual, you can't hold it. My angels kept saying, no, 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 no. You might not feel it right now, but you will be able to feel it in the future. It takes practice, just like riding a bike, learning how to drive. It takes practice. And I want to express that to you as well. If you want to learn the oneness meditation and you find that you were stuck like me, you weren't sure how to hold it, or you feel like you didn't feel the energy, don't worry about it. You will feel it one day. I promise you. It took me, I don't know, a couple months until I could actually feel the expansive energy, the tingly, the warm energy. Everybody feels it also a little bit differently, so I want to point that out as well. Just like our gifts, we all have the four clairs, but some of them are stronger than others. For my example, I'm more clairaudient, which is clear hearing, more than I am clairvoyant, which is seeing. But that takes practice and time. Hearing just happened to come to me first. So when you're in this oneness meditation and you or see or feel anything amazing, I'm so proud of you. But I also want you to remember that you do have the other clairs as well. They will come in within divine timing. In discussing the oneness energy and how we get into it and how we start to communicate with the other side, I want to talk about the angels. Have you ever heard of angels before? Like I said in my previous episode, growing up Catholic, I don't ever remember hearing about archangels. We talked about saints and things like that, but not archangels. There are so many different types of angels that we will discuss throughout this podcast, but I want to touch upon one where their job is to help us hold oneness energy. You might be saying, angels have jobs. Absolutely, they have jobs. It's just like us. We all have a purpose here on earth. They have a purpose as well. So, the many different types of angels that are out there are angels, archangels, guardian angels, angel guides, the cherub angels, seraphim angels, and of course, our loved ones that are on the other side. The angels are an extension of God's energy, an extension of oneness energy. The way that Spirit has shown it to me is that God is the sun. Okay, just imagine the sun being energy. Okay, and then after that, the rays off the sun are the angels. For me, that was a light bulb moment where I could really put the two pieces together of God and then the angels are the rays. I hope that resonates with you too. If not, create your own analogy to make that connection where God and the angels are an extension of God's energy. Each angel has a role, specific role or job. Like I said, we all have a purpose here on earth. We all have a job here on earth. Some of us are to be spiritual healers. Some of us are to be earth angels, which earth angels are, we'll discuss this in a further episode, but basically they're like therapists and doctors, things of that nature. But there are also earth angels that don't do that certain profession, but are impacting so many lives. So the angel that I want to talk about today is the cherub angels. Oh my gosh, I love the cherub angels. You might have heard of them being the small little miniature angel statues. That's partly how I see it, but I also see them as miniature energy orbs. Um, I don't always see spirits as like a physical human. As some people see them, I see them as silhouettes or energy orbs. And some of the energy orbs will have specific colors. I have not reached that point yet in my spiritual journey, but there are certain colors that resonate with certain angels. And I hope you do too. So the cherub angels, their role or job is to hold the energy of oneness for us so that we can get into this energy any time of day. I see the cherub angels like miniature angels, like I said, like the little statues or energy orbs. They help me get into oneness each and every time I wanted to get into oneness. They're not the only ones that are helping us get into oneness, but I think these ones are the most crucial. You say, why? That is because each cherub angel holds energy within each cell of our body. I don't remember how many cells in our body right now, but there are trillions of cells in our body. That's trillions of cherub angels helping you hold oneness, helping you get into oneness. A way that Spirit has shown me, specifically the cherub angels, is take this picture that I'm in right now, recording the podcast, and we're going to divide it up into thousands of pixels. And each pixel on this screen, a cherub angel is holding oneness energy. Just picture that for a second. You have trillions of angels helping you hold oneness, helping you get into God's energy. To me, that's so fascinating. I can't even imagine brilliant angels around me right at this moment. But it just gives me a lot of peace. And I hope it does for you too. That you're not alone trying to get into oneness. The cherub angels are there to help you. In this podcast, we talked about oneness. What is it? What angels help us? How is it crucial for our spiritual awakening? Oneness is the first step. Once you learn to hold oneness, get into oneness, then you can start to branch off and learn how to connect with your angels, learn how to connect with your spirit team. I hope this podcast was helpful. If you want to learn more about me, you can book a session at CristinaAngelMessenger.com. That's Cristina angelmessenger.com. If you want to follow me on social media, I am Cristina Angel Messenger. That is Cristina Angel Messenger. Now, I'm going to play the oneness meditation for you. Remember, do not listen to this while driving or operating machinery. Pause this podcast and listen to it when you're in a safe space. I want you to do the oneness meditation, and right after, write down if you felt anything, if you saw, or if you had any senses whatsoever. And if you didn't, like I said before, don't worry, you will. It takes practice. Try listening to the oneness meditation first thing in the morning and before you go to bed. If you can, listen to it in the afternoon if your job allows it. If not, just ask, I want to be in oneness energy. This week, I want you to listen to the oneness energy every day, twice a day if you can. If not, just do one. And try to stay in that oneness energy for a minute after the meditation. If you feel comfortable, try to just say, I want to feel the oneness energy and see if you feel it. If you do, try to hold it. The angels say that you absolutely can hold it for 1 minute. Believe in yourself. Just know that the cherub angels are around you, the other archangels, your loved ones, God is around you. Without further ado, here is the oneness meditation. Okay, I want you to get into a comfortable spot, either sitting or lying down. I want you to grab a blanket if you want to get cozy. Grab a pillow if you would like. Okay, we're going to close our eyes and I'm going to guide you through this meditation. Imagine yourself at your favorite outdoor location where nobody's around. Imagine this place empty. It could be a beach, a field, forest, anything that resonates with you, and go with the first thing that comes up. Imagine that your shoes and socks are off, that your feet are on the ground, feeling the sand or the dirt or the grass or wherever you are. If any thoughts come while you're doing this meditation, just acknowledge them, say, yes, I hear you, and let them float down the stream. From the bottoms, the soles of your feet, you feel these roots. These roots go far, deep, and wide into the earth, to the earth center. From the middle of the earth, you feel this energy, tingly energy. It is now going to come up your roots, all the way to the bottoms, the soles of your feet. This yummy, tingly, warm energy is going to climb over your toes, over your feet, around your ankles. If you can't feel this energy, just imagine it. This yummy, tingly energy is going to continue to climb up your body, past your ankles, past your shins, past your hamstrings, and wrap around your knee. This yummy, tingly energy comes past your knees, up to your thighs, to your hamstrings, to the sides of your hips. This yummy, tingly, warm energy continues up your body, up your back, up your stomach, to your heart space. I want you to imagine or feel this yummy, tingly energy at your heart space, and feel this heart space expand past your heart into your auric field. Feel the energy around you. This yummy, tingly, warm energy continues up your body, up your shoulders, down your arms, past your elbows, past your wrists, all the way down to your fingertips. This yummy, tingly energy is making its way back up the arms to your neck, all the way to your head. This yummy, tingly, warm energy fills your headspace from front to back, side to side, up and down. This oneness, yummy, tingly energy has filled your entire body, but we're not done yet. There is more. Stay with us. Imagine at the top of your head is this opening. It can be the size of a penny, a soup bowl, or wider. Size doesn't matter. You'll still get the same amount of energy. From this opening, you're going to feel either a string pulling your head up, trying to reach you higher to heaven or to the other side, or you might feel this pool of God's energy coming through that hole in your head, that opening, that portal, completely filling your body, completely filling your auric field. Just bask in that for a moment. Feel that warm, tingly energy, oneness energy. You might be feeling the energy. You might be seeing something, smelling, or you might not feel anything at all. If that's the case, your angels don't want you to worry. It just takes practice. This is the oneness meditation. Try this oneness meditation every day. Try to feel this energy. Try to hold this energy. I love you. God loves you. Your angels, your spirit team, your loved ones. They all love you. Jot down anything that you felt after this meditation. Feel free to let me know, or if you want to talk about this in the next podcast episode. I wish you a blessed day. When you're ready, open your eyes and journal what you felt and feel. Have a great day, friends. See you next week for an episode of the Awakening to Your Soul Self podcast.